All right, Davi's got the email here. What do you have going on in your life that is Bert Show drama filled that we can share with Bert Show fam and get you guys some advice? Hit us up at thebertshow.com. And in this case, her friend wants to make her mother her +1 to the wedding. The bride, not happy.
Hey, Bert Show peeps. I love you guys. A beautiful cluster funk of people, each with their own unique thing to share.
I like
Very
that.
nice enunciation.
I had to go hard on it. Thank you for sharing your lives with us all. Happy birthday, Jimmy. It's belated, I know.
Oh, so sweet.
Okay, so here's my issue. I got engaged last summer. Yay. I'm getting married next summer, 2023, and the venue is limited to 70 people. Ouch. You would think that's a lot, but when you add kids, it begins to dwindle quickly. That is true. Honestly, I don't think they should count, but they do. My maid of honor lives in a different state, but her family is here. Obviously, I want her to have fun, so I've given her a +1. She's been seeing a guy, but they're not official, so she told me she wants to invite her mom. I told her mom I think she sees me as a daughter. I have nothing against her. I know her mom thinks she sees me as a daughter, but I have nothing against her. But since the venue's so limited and she doesn't know any of my family members, I'm not sure it's what I want. I feel like she would just come to dinner and I won't see her mingling with the other guests. My fiance doesn't want to invite her because he doesn't particularly like her. She once yelled at him for no reason long before we were together, allegedly. I don't feel that her mom and I are that close, but I don't want to hurt her or her mom's feelings if I say no. I would much rather her bring a date. I know the numbers would be the same either way, but for some reason, I feel like I'm being used for a free meal when I can invite someone else who I know wants to be there for this major life event. I don't know how to say this to her, or if I should just let her invite her mom as her +1 and skip the possible drama. Please help. Love the show.
So these are two separate things, right? Like when you have a +1, you don't have any kind of limitations, right? It's whoever you want to invite, right?
And it's her maid of honor. You gave your maid of honor a +1. You don't get to dictate who people bring to your wedding. If you give them a +1, they get to bring whoever they want to the wedding that's going to make them feel comfortable. Now, if this was an issue, like I sent a wedding invitation to somebody, did not give them a +1, and they still brought somebody to the wedding. That's a little bit of a different story.
You've brought that up so many times, man. You are never going to get over that.
Because boys need to understand it's wrong.
But in this instance, you gave her a +1. And I mean, I know she yelled at him forever ago, but that was forever ago. And so I don't foresee her making a scene. Like you said, she's probably going to pop in and out and be gone. So she's not going to be, much of a nuisance to you, but you can't tell your maid of honor, you know what, I gave you a +1, but I'm going to tell you who you can bring.
Right. I mean, imagine if you had to do that with everybody that you invite, where you give them a list of 5 people that they are allowed. You can't come on, man. Mo.
Yeah, you got to eat this one. Once you give somebody a +1, like Kristen said, they're allowed to bring whatever one they want to bring. I don't think there's anything you can say or do to get her to convince her to bring her boyfriend instead of her mom. You got to let her rock.
And what's wrong with giving somebody a free meal? Like, it's just watching her have a good time. I mean, if that's your maid of honor, then that's a friend of yours for a long time. I guess she does also say my fiance doesn't like her because she allegedly yelled at him for no reason. But I'm like, that's in the past. Let it go. Let this person meander around your wedding. They can be sketch, whatever. There's always one, and she can be that one. I had a friend that I didn't even give a +1 to, and he texted me and was like, I'm going to bring a girl. I just haven't figured out who yet, but I'm also going to bring my mom because she's a big fan of your husband. And I was like, no,
Yeah.
that's not, no.
Yeah.
You didn't have a +1 to begin with because you're not in a serious relationship. And it was so difficult to say no. You end up feeling like such a B word, but it's not that hard to understand.
Here's the wiggle room as I'm trying to put together my own wedding. And when I say that, we haven't even thought about it since I proposed and set the date. I feel like that is the kind of day where there should be nobody in attendance in which there is any tension at all. 0. Like, I want my lady and I want to feel 100% comfortable, right? I don't want there to be any lingering problems with anybody there. So it wouldn't be cool for, like, let's say you and I, Kristen, have a friend that I got in a fight with, but you're still friendly with, right? And you want to bring them to the wedding. Can I say, hey, of course, bring who you want. However, Chuck and I, you know what? We just had an argument 6 months ago. Can you please, keep them away from the wedding?
If you want to present it like that and say, hey, your mom yelled at my fiance a long time ago. I mean, if that fight was that big of a deal and it's going to make her fiance uncomfortable to have her there, I don't know if like she once yelled at him for no reason. Maybe mom's was having an off day. It doesn't sound like it was that much of.
It's not chronic tension.
It was one time she yelled. She's having a bad day. Maybe who knows what who knows what that story is. But if you feel that's a big enough reason to tell your maid of honor she can't bring your mom, then yeah, you are within your right to do that.
If I was inviting by Bert's rules, none of my family would have been there.
I was getting ready to say,
no tension,
and yeah,
zero.
If you ever had any issue with anybody and they are not allowed to come to your wedding, you're gonna have a lonely wedding.
I'm saying
The
if it's
bride
still
can't come.
Yeah, your +1 is me, but I'm not really sure if you're invited.
The Bert Show.